this time, I'd like to introduce the man who is continuing the legacy for his mom and dad, Ken, Joe, and Enderle, Mr. Mike Innan. Mike. Welcome to yours, all the way from home.
Well, it's been a tough fight. It's a fight every year when I get back from here, because I have a meeting with the government, and I have to justify to the government why I spend the money on the Enderle Pullers. Why doesn't the money go to them? Because I owe them a lot of money. I tell them, you need to come and talk to these people and realize what this event means to them and what it meant to my father. That's why I fight so hard to keep this event going. Sorry, I get emotional about it.
Thanks, Mike. I know there's who's first time to Enderle since 2020? Who's here first time? Yeah, we got a lot of hands. I think what you said there precludes a lot of my wonder what you're talking about. That part.
Do you guys want to know the story again? The manager of my dad's company, a valued friend and comrade, was embezzling money from my father for years to the tune of almost $4 million. He never paid taxes, which means when my dad died, I owed the government almost $3 million. I had to go before a panel with my attorneys and my accountants to prove that I want to fix the problem. I'm not part of it. I'm the son who wants to save my dad's legacy. If I dare, the government worked with me. I'm only allowed to keep enough money to pay my salary, my material, and my working cost of the building. Every penny profit goes to the government. I'm not allowed to give raises, bonuses, anything until their bill gets paid. Now, when I get back from this event, I have a meeting with them when I go before the same panel. I have to justify why this money is spent on this event. If those son of a bitches could come here and talk to you people, you'd know why the Enderle is still here. You guys value this event more than gold. That's why I'm fighting so hard for it. And it's every year. Every year after this event, I have to justify this. And I think I'm going to do a good job.
You sure, Mike?
As I say, we're still here. And to be honest with you, it's because of all of you. When I talk to you guys, the love you had for my father, for this event, I would die for this event. And we're not going anywhere.
Let's hear it for Mike. Mike, I'll tell you what, I was in on this long before anyone else really. I mean, I flew up to California in 2019, and when I landed at the airport, he told me the story. I pretty much the from the power. And but anyway, the perpetrators are spending.
He got 13 years in prison.
So, anyways, so here that winter circle tonight, just realize it's someone that is championing something that his dad, mom believed in, he believes in, and be here, that should make it extra special for us. Each year has not been.
One more thing. Right before Ken died, I was sitting next to him. Called me to his bed. He put his hand on my chin and he brought me down. What do you need, Mom? He was please say it again. And I said, Pops, you don't. Again, we're still.
Wow. So, to get through a little bit of the housekeeping before we get into some of the fun stuff, I'd like to thank our local people who helped us with the Enderle pull-off. Anybody in the canary yellow shirts, I'm not sure why they're wearing yellow, Marvin, but that was our color this year, black hats. So anyway, thank them because their volunteer work. I really appreciate all their time and efforts there. Credentials, everybody that's entered in the Enderle, you get 4 passes per vehicle. You can get additional armbands from Helen and Michaela back at the entry trailer. That's the The one on your left is you're facing both of them for $22 each. That's good for all day. In the Puller seating, which is down by the demo track. So regional national versus grand national. The reason we put the regional national in the infield and the grand national out here is there are a couple real reasons. One is the flow is different for the regional than it is for the grand national. So what will happen is the regional guys will come out, go across the front of the grandstand on a big concrete pad scale, go up on the turn one. There's 2 drawbars for the left and right lane. You'll drawbar there, and you go behind the sled to which track you're pulling on. Marvin will go over that in a second. Then once we're done with all regional classes, whether you won or you got second, third, fourth, whatever it is, everyone is to appear in the winner circle and get your check from Mike. Okay? Then once we're done with the regional, we'll have a pre-show for the Grand National. But anyway, if the regional guys are wanting to bust home, the thing you can do is head out the way you came in, but you're going to not go into any of the Grand National traffic coming in. You're not going to get into any of the crowds because the parking lot mainly is over there. So it's a pretty fast exit. So that's the reason we kind of did it the way we did. Tow tractor drivers, which I think I have about 8, they'll be coming in around 2. It also makes it easier for them to know. For the 5 o'clock show, everybody they're looking for is in the infield. And for the Grand National show, everybody they're looking for is behind the main grandstand. So that's part of the reason behind it. We will have 2 scales in operation. The Grand National scale is kind of catty corner from where Marvin's trailer is. There's a 4-way corner, and there's a semi-scales, and I'm sure they'll have that all working well. And we need to ask you to definitely come in order when your divisions run. Staging for regional national will begin at 3:30, 5:45 for Grand National. Marvin and Epperson and Jim Miller will be the sleds for both sessions. Track officials are Wayne Schrader, John Fankhauser, Adam Vanetta, Dennis Long, Zach Burwell. We're keeping the winning vehicle at the end of the horse track at turn 4 of each Enderle class. Only the top vehicle leading or winning the class will remain at the top of the racetrack. Be prepared to have a crew member take your vehicle back to the pit area if you are not leading or did not win. Dale Kwame will be down there helping to get things moving in the same direction, holding and whatever. So listen to him when he gives you direction, because there's a lot of vehicles to put down there, so we don't need a big congestion down there. After all, as I said, all regional sessions run, all 12 classes. We'll have their presentations in front of the main grandstand. We'll have you down past the concrete pad in there's a little vinyl fence there. We'll bring you down in there. It seems to help better with the mics not feeding back with the PA. Like I said, everybody awarded for their Enderle check in the winner circle in front of the winning vehicle. And we'll have you make sure you have your Enderle hat, which we'll distribute here momentarily. Puller seating is at the end of the track between the horse track and the pulling track. Please stay behind the fencing and barriers at all times. For driver intros, regional national competitors will need to be present trackside at approximately 4:30. Grand national competitors will be present trackside after the regional national ceremonies are almost complete, which will be somewhere in that 6:50 area. We'll also acknowledge all Grand National champions when we're doing driver introduction. And we'll do that here in a few minutes as well. Group photo is right after this meeting. Be sure to have a team shirt or fire jacket on, as well as our Enderle cap that we'll give out. We line up at the double doors over here, and we take the shortest person first and then the tallest person last. And we will wait about 5 minutes after we have the meeting to make sure everybody's in line, got their hat, got a cool shirt, whatever. If you're interested in such things, pedal pull till 3:30 in front of this building with Toby Kelly. Open fires in the pit area, you can have them, but just make sure the fire doesn't touch the ground, particularly now because it's in a bad drought if you haven't noticed. And we appreciate each and every one of you. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Marvin. He'll have some other like class order and things of that nature. Then we'll do the regional draw and the Grand National choosing.
Thank you, Greg. All right, like Greg said, so you regional competitors, you can tow yourself with your support vehicle if you need a tow. We've got at least 8 tow tractors. They will grab you at your hauler, bring you down in front of the grandstand. You will scale. drawbar at turn 1 at the top, and then we need you to continue from there and come in behind the sled at the track you're pulling, whether you're infield or grandstand. Okay? Like Greg said 3:30, 3:15. So any questions on that? Has anybody not been teched yet? I know Chance and Colin. Yeah? Is that it? Awesome. All right, so as soon as we get done, the tech guys, they know where the haulers are. They'll probably meet you there and try to get you taken care of so we can get you ready to go. Okay? All right, so at this time, we're going to call up all the regional classes. You'll need to come up here for a group picture, and I will call you in the order which has already been chosen for you. So all the light limited super stock. We need Zach Kramer, George Everett, Jeremy Roth. Okay. We need the Hot Farm. We need Darren Balmer, Brian Carrington, Brian McConnell. We'll move on to Superstock 4-wheel drive. We need Luke Simeon, Darren Young, Ron Tuma, Ben Lunderby. Pro Stock Diesel 4x4 3.0, and need Eric Widman, Frank Kruger, and Robert Widman. Okay, 4-wheel drive. I need Chris Taylor, Patrick McCarthy, and David O'Connor. Two-wheel drive, I need Chad Mayhill, Tom Eisman, Wayne Timberman, Brandon Lee, Crystal Wilson. Classic Superstock, I need David Spillman, Tim Stanley, and Matthew Spillman. Super Farm, I need Bill Casey, Jeff Martin, Chris Hales, and Steve Casey. 4-1 Pro Stop. I need Jerry Martin, Dean Holicky, and Tori Keefe.
He's on his way, though.
Modified Mini, I need David Lacey, Tim Peisick, Mary Keel, and Chris Burnett. Light Pro Stock, I need Kevin Banyan, Jordan Stroud, Al Cook, and Hunter Beasley. Finally, Region Modified, I need Wayne Kreider, Ron Barty, Ken Miller, and Galen Barty.
Thank you.
I have everybody's attention. Quiet. Thank you. Let's give all them regional qualifiers a round of applause. At this time, if you were a Grand National Class Champion, I need you up here in the front. Grand National Class Champion. All right, we're going to leave them stand there for a second. I personally would like to congratulate all of you winners, and I think I have personally today. If I've missed you, I'm sorry, but I tried to do it when you guys won and went around there again today. Let's give these guys a round of applause. Even Chase. Good job, Chase. All right. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to Dan Schreier here. He's going to explain a little bit about what they got in front of us. And then I'll come back and draw the order for the Grand National.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor to serve you this year. I want to make special mention of what is in front here. Just last week, we're in the office and Greg Randall comes to me and says, do you think some of our sponsors or one or two of our sponsors would be willing to maybe put together something for our great Grand National champions? I said, let's get to work on that. I contacted our sponsors, and because of the support they have for you and so many of you thanking them during the past year, 16 of our sponsors gave items for these guys. There are things from hats to t-shirts to backpacks to so many things in here. Different types of material. I mean, Hot Shots gave us some performance products. We've got great things from Ohio Corn and Wheat Ethanol and so forth. Mac Trailer, just really good. 16 sponsors in less than a week sent that. And that is for you. In front of you is a bin or some kind of tin here, plus a backpack here that's full of stuff from Mitos, as well as a new Fields Egg bag with stuff. So you get to take 3 things. I do want to make special mention real quick to a couple of sponsors who have put some things into Enderle on top of what Enderle does. Josh Steinmetz, if you come forward. Hot Shot Secret is here today. They've got a booth. And I want Josh, who's been a dear friend of NTPA for so many years, to just say a few words.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Really happy to be here with the Pulling family once again. Hot Shot Secret's very proud to sponsor this group of people. Wonderful group of people. You guys really do a great job of showing what our products can do to the average consumer, and we appreciate all that. While you're out here today, stop by, get your free sample of a Diesel Extreme from us. We do that every single event we're at, so please stop by, always grab those. Come by and say hi. And once again, congratulations to those that won the Hot Shot Secret Challenge and the Grand National Championships, and good luck tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. This year, a brand new sponsor who has put something into Enderle this week is the Ohio Corn and Wheat Ethanol Program. And come on forward, Brad Moffitt. Brad Moffitt's a retired educator. Actually was selected many years ago as an outstanding agriculture educator in all of America. Became a school superintendent and has been the Ohio ethanol specialist for several years. They also have a booth here with a lot of his toys that all run on ethanol. Brad, say a few words to this group.
First, I got to correct Dan. I'm a recovering school superintendent. But folks, I work for high corn and wheat growers, and if you grow corn or know anybody that does grow corn, we're proud to represent them. On top of that, I'm proud to represent the liquid fuels, because my vehicles don't run on kilowatts, and they never will. I just want to say it's not a new fuel, but it's new to a lot of people. Those of you that have heard of unleaded 88, which is 15% ethanol, we used to call it E15, we call it unleaded 88. You can find it in sheets and cases in Ohio, soon to be Michigan and Indiana, and several other retailers. But unleaded 88 can be used in any vehicle 2001 and newer. And I encourage you all to look at it. Another thing I'll tell you, if anybody tells you ethanol will hurt your engine, I want to talk to them and I'll buy the call. Ohio Corn and Wheat's proud to be here. I went to my very first tractor pull right here as a 4-H member in Champaign County, and that was about 1967. I've been a fan ever since, and now I build toys.
Thank you, Brad. I want you to hold the applause. I'm going to ask a few people to stand up, and boy, I hope I remember everyone. Todd Feist, stand up and stay standing. Todd, where are you? There he is. Stay standing. Les Corporal, stand up. Ron Bargy, the second, stand up. Chad Mayhill, stand up. And how about the Mack Trailer pulling team? I want you to stand up. Mack Trailer, stand up. I hope I got everyone. But folks, all of these people, all of these individuals have been a part of the sponsorship program here. And Red Kane, Red, stand up, please. All of these guys are a part of the sponsor program from the light modified class. Thank you, Brett, to the two-wheel drive class, to helping out with COMA, to helping as major sponsors, the insurance company of NTPA. Thank you all for making a difference for these pullers. Let's give them all a big round of applause. The last thing I want to bring up before I turn it back over to either Marvin or to Greg, our pre-show today, some of you know this, is sponsored by Beck's Hybrids. This year, first time major sponsor. They have put extra money into this event to make sure that the Enderle is a premier event of this entire pulling circuit. And at 4:59 p.m. this afternoon, 2 paratroopers will land right on our track carrying the American flag as part of the start of this show. Bex did that. Their representative will be here. He's going to have a tent over beside where Brad Moffitt and the ethanol group is. If you see him, say thank you. But let's give Bex a round of applause for what they did. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get through September and into October, it'll be the time that we begin trying to find more and more money for you next year, for the points, for you to be able to have bigger payouts. And that's when I'll begin working here in October and November to make sure, hopefully, we retain everyone we had this year and to work on new sponsors. It is an honor to serve you, but I don't know all the avenues. If you know somebody out there who has maybe said something about wanting to partner with this incredible motorsport, that they want to be a part of this family, this passionate group who is about teamwork and about this success in this industry. The NTPA, the #1 pulling circuit in the world. If you have those people, please let me know, and I'll contact them and see what we can do. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. I'm going to turn it back over to Marvin Epperson. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Dan. One thing I would like to mention, we are going to do driver's introduction for both sessions. So at 4:30, I will need all the regional drivers to meet me at the pulling sleds at the starting line. And at 6:30 tonight, I will need all the Grand National drivers at the starting line. And we'll send you out by class. And the wonderful announcers here in front of me that give me dirty looks when I don't say what I'm supposed to will introduce you guys this evening. And bring your hat, yeah, and be in your driver's suit. Yeah, thank you. All right, so we're going to start the choosing of the order for the Grand National. We're going to start with the High Torque Super Farm. Kent Payne. You can go sit down now, Kent. You want number 1? 1-4. Steve Yagi. Please holler your number out, whatever you're choosing. Steve, what number you want? You don't need to come up here, you just need to tell me your number. Well, 1. Kurt Hartzell. Come on back up, Steve. Tony Seatsma. Well, I could have done that. Lee Lutz. I'm going to give you number 5, Lee. You'll be in the front of the picture, too. Come on up here so you can get your picture taken and get your number. Kent. You can't sit down yet. Kent Payne. You need to come back up here, Doc. All right. As I call your name, please holler at your number on your way to the front. Or We're going to the four-wheel drive. Mark Mangan. Jim Holman. You need to come on up here, Jim. So when I call your name, come to the front and then tell us your number. Jake Zarek. Come on up, or your representative. Rob Foster.
Hey, I'm taking 5.
Scott Phillips. I might give you 5. All right, again, when I call your name, come to the front and choose your pull order. Super Stock Diesel, four-wheel drive. Craig Dickey.
1.
Van Hazley. You know, I could do. Yeah, I could do. Jeremy Yeager. Number 5 for Jeremy. Dick Gillette. That leaves Corey Plump as number 4. Okay, we'll move on to the light super stock. Colton Whitworth, number 1. Perry Blackburn. Number 4 for Terry. Scott Whitworth. What do you want for your second tractor? You want 5? Number 5. Adam Spiegelberg. Number 3. That'll leave Brandon Phillips, number 2. Hey, we'll move on to the GMS Light Modified. Bill Vorey, number 1. Wayne Sullivan, number 5 for Wayne. Terry Fife, number 4. Les Corporal, number 2. That'll leave 3 for Austin Berry. All right, the Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock, James Ray, number 1. Chance McGrath, number 2. James Ray. Carl Cope will be the pilot. He's taken 3. And Tim Kane. Number 4 and number 5 will be Brian Stramick. All right, we'll move on to modified. Bill Leisner, number 1. Brad Benedict. Number 2 for Brad. Jeff Rose, number 3. Lane Bollinger, number 4. want four? You gotta make sure you want. Wayne want 4 or 5?
What's that?
You want 4 or 5? Number 4. You'll be number 5, Wayne. All right, we'll move on to modified minis. Brian McDonald, number 5. Ken Benny, number 1. Grant Theobald, number 2. Adam Kester, 4. Chase Richardson will be number 3. All right, we'll move on to Super Stock Open. Terry Blackburn, number 1. Zane Daly, number 5. Cody Cheesy, number 4. Robert Gansemer, number 2. That'll leave 3 for John Strickland. Okay, need the Duke Field Dag Super Stock Diesel. Colin Ross, number 5. Yeah, number 4, but we're going. Kent Payne, number 2. Steve Burns, number 1. That leaves number 3 for Brandon Hunt.
You got it down already. How much you want to bring? Yeah. You did for the okay, got it.
Okay. CM Pulling Tires, 2-wheel drive. Chase Richardson. Take number 1. John Hunt, number 5. Jesse Petro. Take number 2. Donnie Sullivan, number 4. That'll leave Jacob Shepard, number 3. All right, Dr. Preload Super Semi. Chris Jeffries. 5. How about your second entry? 5 and 1. Matthew Catlin. Number 3. Ben Gordon. Number 4. Now leave
How do they get
Pat
back?
Highland, number 5. 2.
Wow, there it goes. Like the HDMI right there. They run an HDMI cable.
All right, we'll move on to the Unlimited. Joe Eater,
That was a long HDMI.
number 1.
If that's all it is.
Adam Bauer, number 2. Doug Theobald, 3. Ricky Rose. What number, Ricky? 4 or 5? Number 5 for Ricky. That'll leave Dave Richardson, number 4.
They weren't getting enough love. Huh. Yeah.
All right, a couple more things and we'll release you for the picture. Let's give all the Grand National qualifiers a round of applause. All right, a couple questions have been asked. It is a floating finish. We will try to hold you hopefully close to the 350. And the number 1 puller does have the option in every class, regional and Grand National. Okay? So it is a floating finish, and you do have the option, number 1. Any other questions? All right, so at this time, we need everybody to meet outside the double doors here for the group picture in front of the grandstand. Thank you.
Yeah, please put your hat on, and also keep regional guys together and Grand National guys together, because we'll be side by side in different bleachers. Thank you.
What's up, Bob? What's up?